In the quiet town of Azia, settled in southeast Nigeria, lived a bright and ambitious young girl named Amara. She was the pride of her family, having just graduated from secondary school with top marks. Her teachers often praised her intellect and determination, predicting a bright future filled with opportunities. But for Amara, life wasn't as straightforward as her report cards suggested. Amara's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Orji, were hardworking farmers who barely made enough to feed their family. The thought of sending their daughter to university was a dream they couldn't afford. Though they were proud of her achievements, the reality of their financial struggles weighed heavily on them. "Amara," her mother said one evening as they sat outside their small mud brick house, "you know how much we want to support your education. But the farm, it just isn't giving us enough." Amara nodded, her heart sinking. She had been accepted into a prestigious university to study business administration, but the fees were far beyond their reach. That night, as she lay on her mat staring at the ceiling, Amara resolved to take her future into her own hands. The next morning, Amara ventured into the bustling marketplace of Azia. Vendors shouted their wares, children darted between stalls, and the smell of roasted plantains filled the air. Amid the chaos, an idea began to take shape in her mind. She had always been skilled with her hands, often helping her mother braid hair or mend clothes. What if she could turn that skill into a source of income? She spent the following days experimenting with making hairnets, using affordable materials she could find locally. Her first creations were simple, but they were sturdy and functional. With the little money she had saved from helping her neighbors with chores, she purchased more supplies and began improving her designs. Soon, her hairnets were not only practical, but also stylish, featuring colorful patterns that caught the eye. Her first trip to the market as a vendor was nerve-wracking. Amara set up a small wooden table near the entrance, arranging her hairnets in neat rows. She smiled shyly at passers-by, calling out, "Beautiful hairnets for sale, strong and stylish, perfect for every woman." At first, people glanced at her table with little interest, but then a middle-aged woman stopped and picked up one of the hairnets. "This is nice," she said, inspecting the stitching. "How much?" 200 naira, Amara replied nervously. The woman nodded and handed over the money. Amara's heart soared as she made her first sale. By the end of the day, she had sold half her stock and earned enough to buy more materials. Word began to spread about Amara's hairnets. Women from neighboring villages came to the market specifically to buy her products. She started experimenting with new designs, incorporating beads and embroidery to make her hairnets stand out even more. As her business grew, so did her confidence. She began saving every naira she earned, carefully setting aside money for her university fees. Despite her success, Amara's journey wasn't without challenges. There were days when sales were slow, and she worried if she'd ever save enough. Some market women, jealous of her growing popularity, tried to discredit her work, spreading rumors that her hairnets were poorly made. But Amara's determination never wavered. She doubled down on her efforts, ensuring her products were of the highest quality. One fateful day, Amara caught the attention of Mrs. Adaora, the wife of a local politician. Mrs. Adaora was known for her love of unique fashion items, and she was immediately impressed by Amara's intricate designs. "Young lady," she said, picking up a brightly colored hairnet adorned with beads, "who makes these?" "I do, Ma," Amara replied, bowing respectfully. Mrs. Adaora smiled. "They're beautiful. I'll take 5 of them, and I'll tell my friends about your work." That single interaction marked a turning point for Amara. True to her word, Mrs. Adaora introduced her to other influential women, and soon, Amara's hairnets became highly sought after. She started receiving bulk orders, which allowed her to save even more money. With her newfound success, she was able to hire 2 local girls to help her meet the growing demand. As Amara's business flourished, she began thinking about ways to expand. She traveled to larger cities like Ibadan and Lagos, exploring new markets and networking with suppliers. Along the way, she met other young entrepreneurs who shared their own struggles and triumphs. Inspired by their stories, Amara started offering free workshops in Azia, teaching other young women how to make hairnets and start their own small businesses. "You don't need much to begin," she told her first group of students. "All you need is determination and a willingness to learn." The workshops quickly gained popularity, and soon, Amara was not only a business owner, but also a mentor to many aspiring entrepreneurs. Her impact on the community grew, and people began to see her as a role model. After 2 years of relentless hard work, Amara finally had enough to pay her university fees. The day she received her admission letter, she couldn't hold back her tears. Her parents were overjoyed, and the entire community celebrated her achievement. As she packed her bags for university, Amara reflected on her journey. What had started as a necessity had grown into a thriving business. She vowed to continue running her hairnet enterprise while pursuing her studies, hoping to inspire other young girls in her community to chase their dreams, no matter the odds. At university, Amara's story quickly gained attention. She was invited to speak at events, where she shared her experiences and encouraged others to find creative solutions to their challenges. Her business continued to flourish, and by the time she graduated, she had not only earned her degree, but also established herself as a successful entrepreneur. Amara's journey from a struggling schoolgirl to a celebrated businesswoman became a beacon of hope for many. She proved that, with determination, resilience, and a willingness to think outside the box, anything was possible. And as she stood on the stage at her graduation ceremony, looking out at her proud parents and cheering friends, she knew that this was only the beginning of an incredible journey. After graduation, Amara decided to formalize her business, registering it as The Golden Creations. With her new degree in business administration, she had the skills and knowledge to take her enterprise to the next level. She applied for a government grant for small businesses and used the funds to open a small factory in her hometown. This factory not only increased her production capacity, but also provided jobs for dozens of people in her community. The factory became a hub of activity, with women working together to create high-quality hairnets and other accessories. Amara ensured that her employees received fair wages and even organized free literacy classes for those who couldn't read or write. Her business became more than just a source of income. It was a force for good in Azia. Over the years, Amara's brand gained national recognition. She was featured in magazines and invited to speak at conferences. Her story resonated with people from all walks of life, inspiring them to overcome their own challenges. Despite her success, Amara remained humble, always remembering her roots and the people who had supported her along the way. One of her proudest moments came when she launched a scholarship program for girls from low-income families. "Education changed my life," she said at the launch event, "and I want to make sure other girls have the same opportunity." As she looked out at the smiling faces of the first scholarship recipients, Amara felt a deep sense of fulfillment. Her journey had come full circle, and she knew that the best way to honor her struggles was to help others rise above theirs. Hope you enjoy the story. Please support me by like and subscribe, and turn on your notification for more exciting story. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.